This is going to be perhaps something very difficult for many of you to embrace, embody, and that's none other than the truth. Let me tell you something that you probably never ever think about the world that we all live in and the people that the world is composed of or comprised. Understand this. We, all of us that are listening right now, were born into this world, and we were ushered into different systems, different belief systems, different ideologies, teachings and doctrines, if you will. They were given to us when we were brand new on the scene, human beings, babies for the first time. We didn't know anything when we came into this world. We were blank sheets of paper. And people began to program us with their belief systems or their ideologies and things that existed in their own reality. And we didn't know anything different. And so we just basically started to follow what was presented to us. Now, here's the crux of the matter. As we age, we need to wake up and find out what our real, true purpose is on this planet. Who we are, what we should really be principled in or stand for, and where we should be going. Not just simply a piece of clay that someone else molds into what they want you to be. We're not slaves. We were not intended to be slaves on this planet. The Creator, the Omnipotent, the Holy One, never intended for us to be enslaved on this planet. But there are people in place that have been here long before any of us were born that enslaved us. Physically at first, and then psychologically. And when we start to wake up to the reality that we really don't have to be in the cage anymore, that's when they become a little bit more difficult to deal with. These people that control the world for the most part. So now, let me ask you this, and this is rhetorical. You don't have to answer it to me directly. Just think about it. Whatever let you know or made you believe that the government is for us and has good intentions for us as people. The major government, the federal government, the state government, the city governments, and your locality where you stay in or live in or reside in. How do we know that we can trust these people and what they represent? But they were here well before we were born, right? Now, what about police officers? Why should we trust police officers? Why should we trust doctors? Why should we trust the medical industry? Why should we trust the politics of our government? Many of you don't have the answer at all. 99.9% of us probably don't have the answer why you believe in the system that we're in. You don't have an answer because the system was handed to us. We were ushered, as I said earlier, into this system, and we don't know these people. When I go to the hospital, when you go to the hospital, you have never seen that doctor or that nurse in your entire life. Why should you trust them? Why should you trust the medication that they give you, the pharmaceutical drugs that they prescribe to you, when you don't know them? Answer the question. Why should you trust your politicians? You don't know these people. I mean, they're getting in trouble all of the time for the past several decades. Many of them have gone to prison. We even have, at this very present time, a debate and an argument in government between the two parties, the Republicans and the Democrats. If we all represent the same thing, then why all of the bickering and the arguing? Is it the American way? No, it's not. Why don't we all follow one rule of law? Why so much disparaging judgment? Why do we have so much separation, segregation amongst the ranks? Why do churches all go different ways and have different belief systems? Hello, there's one creator, right? But 50 religions plus 100 religions plus, but we all are supposed to be representative of the same God, right? Something is not right in Baghdad. I'm trying to get you to think, and listen to me carefully before I go. You must realize that you are your own person. No other entity, no other human being outside of the Creator should control your life. No other government has the right to come into your home and take your children out. They don't. Those are your children. But they make you sign papers, documentations, signing your rights and your life away to them. Have you ever thought about the birth certificate? The certificate of live birth? That's a contract. Did you not know that? Your marriage license by the state or the city or what have you is a contract. Does God, the Creator, require that you fill out contracts to have a relationship with what belongs to you, your children, that is, or your companion, your wife? You have to have a contract, and then you end up in court if things go awry. Now you're in court and you have this other governing body there telling you what you get and what you don't get. It's mainly towards the men. Why are these people in our lives? Did we give up our rights at some point in time? The answer is yes, but we didn't know it. But these are the same people that say that one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, right? All men are created equal. Is that true? Or is that just a bunch of malarkey? Are we all created equal or not? Why do we have so many innocent people in prison for petty crimes, for misdemeanors, for things that are not even crimes at all? But they create crime and say that it's unlawful, illegal. That's the fact, though. Look it up in your leisure. Real crime, if you want to call it crime, is God's law, based on God's laws and principles, not on something man made up. Man should follow lockstep in what the Creator has established as law. But man has made up thousands of laws on a book. You can't do this and you can't do that, or it's against the law. Whose law? Aren't we all supposed to be following the Creator? Hello? Shouldn't the Creator be first in all of our lives? It doesn't seem to be that way. If the Creator is first in all of our lives, government all the way down to the poorest person, if the Creator is first, then we would not have the wars that we have engaged in for many decades, hundreds of years even, that's going on right now, if we are following the tenets of the Creator. Someone's not following Him, but we like to pretend that we are. We're the greatest nation on the planet, for real. Based on what? I mean, honestly, excuse me for this one. Someone stole this country from the original Aborigines, if you will. The original black people, the original Indians. They stole the country and they called it their own. That's it. And that's all. Make sure in all you're getting, as the scripture says, get understanding. Stop letting people indoctrinate you when your heart knows different. Your heart knows better. You really do know what the truth is, but you just don't simply want to act as though you know what the truth is. This is Brother Teacher. Think on these things. I'm out.